So the first car is again on the way and up on the way to the top of the Simola Hill. This then is the start of qualifying round number 1 for the 84 cars. That again, that Gordon Nicholson BMW whispers away from the line, while the Julian Janse van Rensburg Golf Mark 1 does exactly the opposite. That BMW is just, it is like silent death, that thing, as it makes its way up the hill. 81, that happens to be Nico Janse van Rensburg and his Sirocco MK1. And Fanny Scors has joined us again. We're underway again, and here is where it's now really see for serious.
Yeah, this is now where it's going to hit the road. The rubber is going to hit the road. The guys are going to nail this one. This is where they want to compare to tomorrow's afternoon's final qualifyings and finals.
Are my eyes deceiving me there, or is Gordon Nicholson? Oh, there we go. It's 49.2. So Nicholson getting off to the quickest start so far. Julian Janse van Rensburg, and then Nico Janse van Rensburg right behind him. But the bigger boys and the bigger blasters, bigger engines are coming. But a very good run there by Gordon Nicholson at the moment as things stand. 49.267. And that's a solid one. This is
Johannes.
Yeah, Johannes Janse van Rensburg and sy Nissan. He's off and running.
Completely electric car. No sound whatsoever.
And the red Ferrari, sorry, is Garth McIntosh.
The strangest feeling ever. All these spectators looking at this car whiz by without any sound.
It's remarkable. As our director says, like a stalker, Warren says, it's like a stalker in the night. Well, I assume you know what you're talking about, Warren. That's all we can say. Sierra de Siena is in the Jag, the E-Pace P300.
It's a gorgeous looking car, Arnold.
It is.
There's Johannes going up the hill.
Last little parts just before the finish line.
Going to keep an eye out on this time. Okay, this is Pierre Bester. Okay, there goes car number 76.
Yeah, Van Rensburg, I think last time somewhere along the line, because he clocked 56.681 seconds. So certainly not his fastest of the day. Here is the E-Pace now. Dare I say it, into its paces. And then Pierre Bester in the Alpha, the Giulia QV. So the lads from Penta. It's your outfit, and you boys seem to have a very nice vibe going there.
Absolutely. The group is a pleasure to work for, and the two Giulias looking mighty fun, even if I say so myself.
I hope you don't have two Giulias working there, two ladies, in other words. You're talking about the cars.
I'm talking about the cars,
Good,
yes.
good. I was going to say your wife works in the production. Be careful.
Pierre, I think in the previous practice round set a time of 49, or just over the 49 seconds, so he's trying to push that Giulia through the paces.
Garth McIntosh with that Ferrari 458 of his is now the man setting the early pace, 48.0. But remember, we're going to get, I have a feeling that we could throw a sub 40 in here at the end of the equation quite comfortably. I think that is what's going to happen. It's Richard Roots in that orange glittering Nissan of his. And then the next of the, sorry, this is the other good-looking Giulia.
That's the other Giulia, that's correct. This is Piet Potgieter. That's actually his own vehicle. He owns that vehicle. And yeah, very impressive looking car. I think the Italians definitely get it right when it comes to design. Definitely one of the better looking cars on the road.
The 3-liter Giulia on its way. And then the BMW. The old 3 Series shape. Iconic shape it was for BMW, and it heralded a new 3 Series look for them.
Oh, that takes me back. My dad had one of those shapes.
Yeah, I had a few of them, and I also had the Shadow Line, which I absolutely loved and adored, until someone else loved and adored it more and stole it.
Looking at the times here, Pierre Bester just clocking 48.933 seconds, so he'll be very happy with that. Definitely the guy's getting up to speed right now.
And Richard Roots now, the leader, 45.62 seconds, very consistent. So I think earlier in the day he also clocked a 45 and 2:44, so that wasn't his cleanest run so far, but it was a goodie and a good one to blast out the cobwebs with, but he needs faster than that to make it into the top 48 cars. Garth McIntosh up into second, Pierre Bester third, Gordon Nicholson fourth, and Piet Potgieter in the Alpha in fifth.
Piet struggling to get under that 50 barrier. He did it once today in one of the practice rounds. The last 2 rounds just over that 50-second barrier.
There's a car with that particular colouring that just reminds me of Steve McQueen and the Le Mans racing cars. That's Jason Pasterfield.
Gorgeous looking car.
Listen to that thing, F-Type S. Reg number says Expeditus. I think that gives you a very interesting look at what he thinks. 67 is Travis Briscoe, as Expeditus now leaves the line 2. DWR33RF at the back, so he does have a legal number plate there too. Road going car, of course.
I think driving one of those vehicles, you work it into the budget, all the speeding fines that's coming your way.
Don't you have insurance for that? Mark Grenier. So Grenier, again, one of the stalwarts of South African racing, and I want to tell you, Grenier, one of our best known and probably most accomplished racing drivers, domestic and international karting titles. He's competed in Group N production cars, off-road racing, rallying, including winning 3 Premier Class S2000 titles in the National Championships, and most recently competed in the season-ending World Rallycross Championship held in South Africa in 2017. Spoke to him on radio about that, and believe it or not, Grenier was nervous. I don't think you get him nervous anymore often, but that particular time he was. So, Richard Roots, 45.6, McIntosh with his 48.0 clocking, and there's then Feroz Ibrahim, which in his Noble Ford, the M400, put together a very good run as well.
Yeah, you can definitely see the guys taking this qualifying round very serious. The times are coming down quite considerably.
Udo de Burgers in that big Audi 5-litre. Listen to that baby go.
Definitely one of the best sounding cars here today.
Yeah, I would assume that that is in the lower ranges of the base of the men who can go way down there. 63 is Barry Ingle and the Rush Mustang, the 2018 model, 5 litres, 8 cylinders.
Well, definitely one of the most impressive cars out there today.
Yeah.
During practice rounds, he definitely struggled to get the traction that he wanted to get at the start. So much horsepower in that vehicle, definitely a handful to pilot up this hill.
I think he did it right this time. That was a very good start. I think that was he's probably his best so far that we've seen on camera.
That's right. McLaren's coming up our way now.
Jacques Wheeler in the 570S. That's the first of them. That's the 2017 model. Also seemed to have got really a good start and on his way. Look at that, he's making use of all the tarmac, using the power and the weight of the car beautifully. Next McLaren is on its way too. It's a lovely shape, you've got to say. There's something extremely sexy about the backside of that car.
Try it. They definitely got to try it design-wise. And it's not just good looking, it's definitely fast as well.
This is a car that I have eyes for. This is Rob Gearing's M5. That's a 4.4-litre, 8-cylinder vehicle. And the car inside and out is just absolutely immaculate. And it's quick.
Definitely got the settings right this time around. That start definitely a lot better.
Yeah, and I think he's taken that automatic ignition. Start-stop you had to take off, and I think he forgot about that in the first round this morning. Almost had a heart attack as he stood by the line. He took his foot off and put his foot on the brake, and off she goes. So, oh, that's not what we're looking for. Oh, hello.
Flying up the hill.
Giving it some more tail. And now the other way. Let's see if he's got it. Ah, he had that under control nicely. Oh, the sweetest little shake of the butt. Left, right, and through she goes. Nicely handled. Interesting to see now. Aaron Stapria leads, by the way. in 45.37 seconds, and De Pre piloting that McLaren of his up the hill in 45.37 seconds.
Yeah, things definitely heating up, Ronnie.
Weather may now be absolutely ideal. It's not that hot anymore, and it's just starting to perhaps cool down.
So this is car number 57, Paige Lindenberg. This is her father putting up to the start line now. They've been having a go at each other the whole day.
So Lindenberg Senior in that Ford Bunkhead is the Savage 660. Oh, almost through the windscreen with that second go.
So much power, definitely difficult to control.
No, Peter, that is ridiculous. Gotta love it.
It's probably one of the only cars that you can almost hear going up the hill all the way.
Jason Evans, and here's another one that does the same. I hope we get to hear this one leaving the line there.
Oh, there she goes.
Oh, that's some real grunt in there. That's the Range Rover. It's a 5-litre 8-cylinder Luma CL RS as Lindenberg chases his own shadow and his daughter's shadow up the hill.
Peter looking good this round.
Tight, very tight through the lines, using all of the vehicle.
He was very relaxed this morning when I spoke to him, or spoke to them both, and he said he's driving a bucky up the hill, so he's just going to take it easy. That doesn't look like he's taking it easy at all.
No. But you know, when Lindenberg says that, you got to know he means the opposite.
Oh, this one is for sale.
You want to buy it?
Yeah, it's got a for sale sign in the window. Yeah.
Piet van der Walt and the BMW M3. I wonder what they want for it. But I wouldn't know how to harness all of that power. That M3 really rocks and rolls. Also blinded in one eye today, I'm afraid.
I wonder if that for sale sign went up during the practice runs today.
I did notice it when they parked it yesterday. That's the Porsche of Mano Maharaj. That's the 996 911 GT3. Oh, here's a big favorite for the locals. Daniel Zili in the Subaru Impreza. Car already 12 years old this year. It's beautiful. If you're a petrol head, today Neisner is the place to be at the 9th edition of the Jaguar Simola Run Up the Hill. Because they are, in fact, I think we're not being fair, because the hill climb is a fly up the hill today. There's no climbing.
Absolutely.
This is Rui Campos in the Martini 911 RSR. Stops at the line, goes, hello everyone, cheers, see you later, bye.
One of the most iconic vehicles on the road today. Definitely a shape that everybody recognizes.
And once. Claire Vale. That's a big piece of car as well, that BRZ of hers. Claire on the go.
Claire having an absolute jewel here at the Hillclimb. This is her third time competing in this event.
Yeah, she's the first woman to compete in the Westbank V8 Supercar Series as far back as 2007. And she's also raced the Shelby Can-Am sports cars. That's something that Peter Lindenberg introduced to South Africa. The Class A Subaru Impreza STI in production cars, and also competed in a Porsche 917 in the International Sports Prototype class, finishing second in the 2011 season. So she's got an incredible CV behind her, and she competes in her third Jaguar Simola Hillclimb this year. And this beautiful, very distinctive car of hers.
Believe it or not, she's actually keeping herself busy with drifting at the moment.
Yep. Next up, it's Shane Naidu in the Mitsubishi. He had a nice run earlier, very clean run in the Evo 9. Aaron Staprea still leads though in 45.376. Richard Root second. Darby Willefeer is in third place. Jacques Wheeler 4. Isak Spies in 5. Rob Gehring in 6. And Paul Munro in 7th place. And Paul has turned out in that BMW M3 of his. 45 is under starters orders now. That's the Lotus with a Honda engine, the Exige. Davi Hubert is the man in the Recaro seat.
This is not looking good.
Yeah, there's a problem here. I think that's the Mitsubishi, eh?
Yes, that's right. I think he's just going to run through.
engine's giving him a little bit of drama, it seems. Yeah.
Definitely just coasting up the hill at the moment.
So they're holding the rest of the starters back just to make sure that there's no untoward trouble. In a situation like that, someone could blow an engine and spill oil all over the show. You don't want that either, because that's danger. So they're just going to hold the rest of the starters back a tad.
Make sure that they're giving him an opportunity. They're giving him an opportunity just to go back and warm up his tires before he goes off. So that's number 46 having the trouble. Is that correct? Is that Shane?
I think so. Yeah, quite right. Shane Naidu in the Mitsubishi. So if you're sponsored by that company on the front there, when someone says to you everything's okay, I'm sure you find that that is all right then.
I'm sure. Yeah, so fair is fair. They've just given him the opportunity to go back and warm up his tires.
In the meantime, not many of the crowd have left. They turned up this morning at 9 o'clock on, and they haven't gone anywhere. So now it is Davy Hubert in the Lotus with the Honda engine. There she goes.
Great start. That was a great start. Very aggressive looking car.
Yep, aggressive driving as well. Let's check the lines. Good stuff. Clean so far. There's the whoop-de-doos.
It seems that everything's okay.
Lovely lines again. Very clean run and a good line too.
Yes.
Steering that beautifully, hey?
This is very, very fast going up the hill.
Super stuff. Yeah, Davy Hubert it was, 41.585, that's the fastest run we've seen so far, and look at that, a differential of 3.791 seconds between himself and Ernst de Pre. Hubert absolutely nailed it, stone dead. Jacques Bauer in that Ford Escort of his.
Jacques is also one of the very few guys competing in all the events as from the start.
Every day. Phenomenal to see, and there aren't many of those that have been here every year. It handles sweetly, even after all the years. Look at that.
So this is exactly the part where you expect that traffic officer to jump out behind the bush. Almost I saw him there.
Right there. Aye, that may have been him. He's been waiting
Missed
there.
him, unfortunately, he was too fast.
Too quick, yeah. Here is Chris Leeson in his Ford Focus RS. Spoke about this and the way it's turned out earlier. It's a lovely look.
Not a great start, unfortunately.
No, didn't get away quickly at all. Missed it. And that's going to cost him in the first of the qualifying rounds.
Yeah, unfortunately, that weight sitting in the car there, I think, definitely has an impact on the guys. That's the Honda Type R from Honda Rivonia.
Here's that right-hander, and then a little twitch as he goes back into the next little sweep.
That's Willem Bauer. Car number 42.
He's fighting a little bit there. He's just fighting it a tad.
The rear end of that Type R getting a bit loose around that corner. The driver having to do a lot of work.
Bauer in that Conquest. Oh, that's a big sounding car as well. That's Tanya Watts in the Subaru Impreza.
It's actually live on our live stream on our YouTube channel, also on the website and on Facebook. You can catch it right there.
Anton Grenier. Again, he's been running really well all day. Didn't have such a good run in the previous run.
Got a problem on the track there. Is that Tanya?
Yeah, it is Tanya. Oh, that engine is smoking.
Yeah.
I hope she's going to be safe there. I hope that the marshals have been able to flag Grenier down. I would assume so.
Yeah, the flags would go out immediately.
Yeah, there we go. I would assume so. Yeah, he's slowed down as well. Grenier immediately slowed down. I think there's trouble there.
Definitely Tanya getting the bonnet of the car there quickly.
I trust that there are marshals there. I hope that's not...
No, she's
okay.
okay.
She's okay. All right, it's not smoke. It's that may be that she's got an cooler problem of some sort, radiator problem.
Shame, that's a lot of relief. You can definitely see her shoulders went down there. She gave the big thumbs up.
Whew. Yeah, you don't want that to happen on the route, because that'll disrupt a whole lot of things. Not to mention her car. She loves that car because she switched to the full race spec 2010 Subaru Impreza WRX STI, which she also competed with in the modified saloon car category, having achieved a best time of 50.38 seconds in 2016. So Tanya can smile.
Yeah, there's at least a big smile on her face.
Right, so back up and running again after that little lull, and here we go. The Mitsubishi is back out there again. Unfortunately, Tanya and her vehicle has now cleared the route, so they're on their way to go and have that sorted out in the pits, if at all. So here is John Carlos de Silva in that Audi TT 1.8, and this thing skedaddles. It really does rocket away. Davy Hubert still the leader. Nothing has changed. Gilles missing the Mitsubishi. I'm glad they found him.
They found him.
The Evo 3.
And it looks like he knows where he's going.
Yeah. Going to go missing on this run. Good start from him. That TT is now flying along. And look at that. Number 37, Billy Hepburn, has smashed right into second spot yet again in that Opel of his with a Chev engine, the Opel record. That is amazing. In his 70s and still absolutely rocking the thing. Lots of cars out there now. They're trying to catch up a little. That's the man who had to call it a day, Anton Grenier, the Subaru WRX STI, when something went wrong with Tanya Watts' car. So he's out there now and going. So is Kai Goddard in the V8 Masters Ford. That's the second of the Rush Mustangs. It's Grenier. Grenier's also got trouble. Oh, now the Mitsubishi has run into trouble.
Yeah, there's problems again. The car slowing down again at the top. This must be very frustrating for the guy sitting waiting to go up the hill.
Yeah, Grenier, this is now the second time that he's been stopped, so he's not going to be overjoyed at all. May even have a sense of humor failure.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm inside now and not talking to the drivers. That's
You're right.
All the cars just coasting up the hill. This at least is good news because they still would be able to use the track and we won't have a further delay. Obviously these guys will have to go back down again.
Yep, and have another roll at it. Is Enzo Keen put together such a good run in the last of the practices. Of course, comes from a long line of motor racing family. Dad was very good at it. And young Enzo just picked it up where the old man left off. Made his mark as a rally champion here in South Africa and was certainly known as one of the finest and craftiest young drivers out there when he first made his appearance in a rally car. I think he first hit the steering wheel when he was about 16, if I remember correctly.
Also a very appropriate name.
Yeah. Davy Hubert. And with his Lotus with the Honda engine, as Keen gets underway.
A pretty good start there by Enzo.
So a little bit of info about Hubert. He's the man behind the wheel of one of South Africa's fastest hill climb cars. Last year he actually set a new unofficial modified saloon car record for the Jaguar Simola Hillclimb with the best time of 39.055 seconds. However, we had that smashed earlier today, and Davy's challenge ended for victory with a blown engine last year, but hoping for bigger and better things this year.
Looking good today.
Oh man, that is just, let's listen in.
Ferrari magic.
It is like the roar of a ferocious animal that has been wounded, that thing. Franco Di Matteo in his Jag.
Very good lines there. This looks like it could be a very fast time.
Does look like it. Here is one of the crowd favorites, Wade van Zimmeren, in that big R34 Skyline. Oh my word. Oh, it smashes through the ground. You can feel it 50 yards away here on our commentary position. It's like watching one of those Challenger rockets taking. Fastest Merc in South Africa, Tucam Mechanicos, TM55.
See, he's going to be pretty unhappy with the pit crew because they missed a spot there on the... Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
Did the commentator jinx it now?
I wonder what happened there. So, is that a run?
Definitely, as he went through...
Yep.
He definitely went through the start of the time trial, so definitely will count. He won't be able to go back. We're definitely having a lot of issues in this first qualifying round this afternoon at the 2018 Jaguar Simola Hillclimb. Definitely very uninterrupted, or very interrupted.
Look at that now. Di Matteo has gone to the top. We told you, who heard Fani say that looks like a very quick run, and it was 41.540 seconds, and the time differential there, almost a half a second between himself and Davy Hubert, who's looking to go better than what he did last year.
Okay, they'll probably be able to move this vehicle. I don't think they will actually be able to move the vehicle off the track there. They'll probably have to go back rather than take it off to the right there, because there's this car being so low.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to go straight back.
If they're going to go straight back, maybe that was not a timed run. Maybe there was something wrong with the timing device here. We'll try and find out for you what the situation is at the start line, but I cannot see that if they let him go back, that they're not going to let him go again. I'm not sure. We'll find out for you. I do agree with Fani that if it was if he went through the timing device, then he should have been let go, and whether it's then a completed run or not, that's neither here nor there. But once he's broken the timing device's frame and he's off and running, it's a run.
Okay, this is going
Roger
to be interesting.
McCleary.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, Roger McCleary trying to check out there for us what the story was. So now we'll definitely know. Nothing escapes Roger.
He's going off the other side.
No, he's going off. All right. So are they going to park him there? Is that what they're going to do with it?
It was probably the quickest way to get everybody going again, just to get him parked there.
Yes, so.
Seems like there was definitely something wrong with the vehicle. Yeah, there they carry on.
Okay.
Number 27.
Ricky Giannacaro and the BMW M3 GTR, delivery of G&H Transport. Under starters orders, and away she goes.
Arnold, I think I'll definitely not be going to the debrief, driver debrief this afternoon.
One or two long and unhappy faces. Hey, that's life, and that's motor racing for you.
This is Peter Zelia again with that Jaguar MR2. He's been improving the whole day as he was going up the hill, so let's keep a keen eye on this run, because that was a pretty good start again. Peter actually a privateer, he's an auditor by trade.
That's Adrian Dalton in his M3 BMW. Battle to keep that one under control. The power almost got away from him there. Franco Di Matteo still leading. Enzo Keen in with a time of 44.57 seconds in third place. Now Wade van Zimmeren moves himself into fourth place with his run of 44.7, relegating Willie Hepburn into fifth. Oh, there we go, just another one now. Peter Zelie, 43.356 seconds. So yeah, Zelie smashes into the top three, relegating Keen, Wade van Zimmeren and Willie Hepburn down the order.
That's Franco Scrivanti that you can see at the bottom of your screen now with his Porsche running up the hill.
Scrivanti, of course, yesterday victorious in the classic cars.
I think, to be quite honest, they've been struggling all day with the setup on this vehicle. I don't think they're running the times that they expected.
Definitely not.
Let's see what they're doing in this run.
Kyle Mitchell, the R35 GTR Nismo. Here's another crowd favorite. That's the second of the Van Zimmeren cars, and that's Martin in his R34 Skyline. That's the old man. So you'll be wanting to put one over the kid. Franco Di Matteo, 41.5 seconds. Just behind him, Darby Hubert. Oh, that sounds absolutely awesome. Martin van Zimmeren piling on the speed and the pressure. Let's take a look at this run, because Wade van Zimmeren, his son, has popped in at 7th place at 44.702 seconds. Right, so here's Grenier. He's lined up. Will he now be successful and complete a run? That's what everyone's asking, because he's now been stopped twice already. Oh, iffy. Not bad, but iffy. Not the greatest start.
He has a chance to pick up some time.
Yeah. He's going to have to make this reckless in some ways, because he's lost a few seconds. Look at that. Watch the line here now into this left-hander. How wide's he going to take it, and how much does he smash it back inside? Has to go hard.
Alan Bart has come up on the top of the times at the moment with a 41.361.
Yep, so the GTR Nissan of Alan Bart now slots in at the top. Franco Di Matteo second, Darby Hubert third, Franco Scrivanti fourth, and Martin van Zimmeren in fifth place.
We must just mention the guys at BB Motorsport getting that vehicle ready, because it had a massive incident with the front wing coming off completely earlier in the practice round. So they did an absolutely brilliant job to get him back and running for qualifying.
Quinsley Sale on the way as well in his Nissan GTR. Ooh, listen to that thing. Yeah, that would just have thrilled everyone in the stands.
Edric Spears is also on track at the moment. His first day as an engaged man.
We hope it's a good one. There's the other one of the Mustangs that also had to abort the earlier run when there was trouble up ahead. So at the moment then, action thick, fast and furious, and very quick as well. 35 is on the way. That's Kai Goddard in his Rush Mustang, the second of those Rush Mustangs to hit the road. Still advanced.
Gorgeous car. Coming up to this little bumpy section on the road where a lot of the guys are struggling.
Next up, it's Darren Goodman's, the GTR R32. Red and white Rush Mustang. Ian Schofield, He's been very quick in that Ford Duratec. Only the 1.6 litre 4-cylinder SJ engine, but it goes like the clappers.
Yeah, using all of the road there around that corner. Definitely up to speed.
Running now Shane Hellberg in his Formula V Forza. So Hellberg going, that's lovely turn on. Tight, as tight as it can be. He's trying to get everything out of the road, and he's able to go-kart handling at the moment. He is. That is Garth de Villiers in the Reynard Volkswagen Formula V 2002 model. Heard him going like anything when he left the line. That's Francis Cousins in his Lotus 7 with a Toyota engine. The Lotus 7 1.6, a 1980 model. He's also been very impressive so far. Still at the top of the board, Wilhelm Bart it is, Franco De Matteo, Davy Hubert, Quinsley Sale and Anton Cronje. That's Siabonga Montonkwana in his Formula V Volkswagen Forza. We've got more action here that we can handle in an SPCA animal shelter when they've let a line in. I promise you, it's running around like crazy. This is Stuart White in his Renault, the WSR Super Renault 2003. Beautiful car, and it looks and sounds magnificent.
Now things up and running again now. The action fast and furious. That little bumpy section where I think these cars must be struggling quite a bit with the downforce. But he handled himself quite well through there.
So the marshals are also gobsmacked in watching the action out there, which tells you how good it really is at this stage.
A lot of action on track right now. Oh, we've got a new Stuart White on top of the leaderboard with a 41.114 seconds.
That's the 17-year-old, and that is number 3, Robert Volk, who gets underway, and away he goes to...
Unfortunately, that doesn't look very well.
No.
Something's wrong there again. Hopefully he can just coast up and clear the track. Definitely something wrong there with...
he's aborted. He's aborted, and that's not nice to see either. And Volk has been setting the pace so far in the day. Stuart White is now our new leader.
17 years old.
17 years old. He hasn't even started shaving, my friend, I promise you.
Yeah, I had an interview with him and I can confirm that.
Wilhelm Bart now relegated to second place. Franco De Matteo, Davy Hubert, and Hubert is only 0.47 seconds off the pace and he's fourth. So they'll give Volk a Kansi to clear his car up at the top there.
Luckily this whatever went wrong there didn't paralyze the vehicle to a stop. At least he can get through the track and clear the track so that the guys can start running again.
Maybe just slipped the gear, or perhaps didn't quite get the clutch working the way that he wanted to. And that's given Wayne Plitt in his Lotus 211 an opportunity to just... they're probably going to roll him back. Ah, there we go. He's got the start straight away. Oh, sideways. Look at the amount of rubber on that start line now. I think that is one of the biggest problems at this stage, is that there has been so much rubber put down there that the guys are not quite getting the grip that they wanted to. Just not enough abrasion on the road left. So let's see how it goes. Also a lovely looking vehicle. This is Michael Verrier in the Shelby Nissan Can-Am. Long shot which tells you how much work needs to be done in this right-hand sweep, and then very tight into the left-hander. Right, so we've got news that Andre Besaidnout is now rolling up to the line as we watch Michael Verrier in that Shelby Nissan engined Can-Am, 3.5 litre 6-cylinder vehicle. Flies up the hill.
So all the spectators and people watching, I hope you got your coffee. This is going to get this is going to get messy. He's been setting some serious times up the hill today.
Well, first man to go under 39 and then 38. So the man from the Veltevreden estate, Andre Besaidnout, in that Gould Nicholson McLaren engined GR55. But yeah, he should go straight to the top of the road between the axis of Robert Wall. Stuart White's already got his time.
I hope you don't have another problem here.
7 are all in the 41s and then going through to 11.
If I have it correctly, Andre sat out a couple of
yes, he has.
Practice rounds.
No doubt about it, he has. So interesting to see exactly how he's going to approach this.
Okay, might have just stalled the vehicle. Sounds like they got it started again. There he goes.
Oh, and away she goes.
Okay, now we're watching the time.
Andre Besaidnout. He's on his way. So, car number 2, Anthony Ashley, is also rolled up. Let's watch this. Oh, he's flying. He is really leaving nothing to chance here. Anthony Ashley in the Ariel Honda Atom is away too. Besaidnout, top of your picture.
Andre absolutely flying up the hill.
I think the attitude now is take no prisoners. Oh, listen to it. Formula 1 sound to it as well. It's Marc Cronje. Cronje is one of the stalwarts. We set the scene for you earlier with Cronje and his long list of achievements. We're watching Andre Besaidnout. Looks like, yes, he has 38.040 seconds. Smashes them 3 seconds ahead of the rest of the competitors. Young Stuart White relegated to 2nd place. Okay, so Marc Cronje is taking AJ Venter, a well-known man in this part of the world, as his passenger up the road there in car 65. So Cronje, let's see what he can do.
Spoke to AJ earlier. He's actually competing in the Isle of Man in a couple of weeks' time.
So let's see what Cronje can do.
He's got a very interesting idea of actually doing a similar event with bikes going up this hill.
Can well imagine the drama with that. So Cronje, multiple championship winning racer, Rotax Max Go-Kart champion in 2002, 5 SA National Rally Championships, and 2 off-road championship titles as well for Toyota in his time. Fearless competitor. Let's see what he can produce. But Andre Besaidnout has installed himself as the favorite for this title. 1 more qualifying round to go today. Andre Besaidnout then leading 38.040 seconds. That's 3.074 seconds ahead of 17-year-old Stuart White and Verellen Bart in 3rd place at the moment. Cronje in and out. Oh, he's got another passenger there too. Jeepers, if I'd known they'd piled in that many, I would have asked as well.
Quite interested to hear AJ's thoughts after going up the hill.
Yeah, as quickly as that.
As quickly as that. On 4 wheels.
Andre.